As a street kid, I used to try and find any used items on the streets, like bottles and any plastic parts, and then try and sell it to people so that I could live and survive off the money I earned from selling it. That's how I used to pass my days.
I became very aware of the situation of Nepali children in general, and then it came to my attention that children were being trafficked. They were being transferred across the open border from Nepal into India to become child performers inside circuses. Effectively, they were becoming slaves, and they were held there against their will, and during their time inside the circuses, they were subject to every kind of abuse and violence that you can imagine.
Basically, I was a volunteer. I went out to Nepal 3.5 years ago. I got into touch with the charity at the time that was run by Philip Holmes, and got in touch with them, and I think he'd already had an idea that it might be an interesting thing to explore, kind of the more social circus element as a project within the children's refuge at the time, not necessarily with the returnees from the circuses, but just generally.
Essentially between 2004 and 2012, I headed up this program against the trafficking of children into circuses. The program involved a broad range of activities, from the rescue of children from the circuses themselves, tracing the traffickers who had taken them there in the first place, putting them behind bars, the rehabilitation of the children after we rescued them. Most of the children, when we brought them back to Nepal, were suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
I don't know whether I would have survived or even lived this long if I was still on the streets. Now, being a member of the Circus Kathmandu family, I have achieved so many things. Initially, we were trying to go to the UK and Norway to perform. This sadly didn't happen, but now that we are performing in Dubai, we are all extremely excited about that.
The project itself, it's basically in 3 elements. It's a training program, it's a professional company, and it's an outreach project. So we've just started delivering, very wide-scale outreach workshops out in the traffic-prone regions of Nepal. So these guys actually are starting to deliver those workshops. So they go themselves and tell their stories and go to these villages, and actually it's quite powerful for it to come from their own stories. So yeah.
I've lived on my own, alone for such a long time, until I met these guys here. I feel that this is my new family, and I'm happy. I'm very happy.
The very interesting thing is that when they were trafficked as little children, they were actually procured by trafficking agents who promised them all kinds of stardom and Bollywood and bright lights, and now they've actually the chance to really do that.